Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to do the October closeout for my budget, and I'm going to show you guys everything that we spent and saved and debt payoffs and all of that for October. So I'm really excited to get into this. It is the 2nd of November today, so I'm trying to get this filmed and up and edited for you guys today. So hopefully I make it today, but we'll just kind of see what happens. So I'm going to kind of go pretty quickly through all of this just because it's pretty straightforward. I'll explain some stuff as we kind of go on, but you guys at this point, if you are not new to my channel, you've seen this over and over, you know exactly kind of what our budget breakdown is like. So let's go ahead and get into my budget for October and where we spent our money. Starting off with our mortgage, we spent $1,095.65 on our mortgage. We do escrow our taxes and our insurance into our mortgage as well. So that includes all of that for our home. One thing about this is we actually have to pay PMI insurance as well, because when we bought this house, we did not put 20% down. So something that is changing going forward is that we actually had appraisers come out and appraise our home with our mortgage company, and they were able to remove the PMI for us. So October is the last time that we will be paying for PMI insurance, and moving forward, November and on, we will not have that included anymore. So that was a $93 charge that we no longer have to pay, so we're pretty excited about that. We did have to pay $150 for the appraisal though, but it was worth it to us knowing that we were going to potentially get rid of $93 a month, and to pay that $150 was just fine for us. So we paid the $150 in October, so that was an extra expense that we weren't planning on, but I just put it under our miscellaneous spending, and now we have PMI removed off of our home. So if you're looking for a way to maybe save some money and you are paying PMI insurance, I would definitely look into the option of calling and seeing if you can get your PMI removed, because at least it'll save you a little bit of something. Our car payment was $1,150.31. Daycare was $1,831.49. Power and gas was $179. I had budgeted $187, so we were under $8 on this. For water, we had $45.29 budgeted, because that was the average of pretty much what it's been. But this month it was $62.09. My husband was like, well, it depends on how much water you use, which I know that, but I don't feel like we really used any more water than normal, so I'm not 100% sure why it went up. So we are just kind of keeping an eye on it for the upcoming months. And I budgeted $65 for November just in case, just to kind of get ahead of it if we needed to. For internet, we spent $94.46. That's always pretty standard. We do not have to pay sewer or trash this month in October. And then our insurance was $107.33. Groceries, we budgeted $650 because we were going on that week-long vacation, and thankfully we stayed in budget. So we are at $620.62. I have been going over on my grocery budget for a really long time now, so I finally feel like I've got it maybe figured out a little bit better than I had it before. So hopefully November will go really good as well, but we stayed under budget for October. TP fund, this is just our household fund. We ended up spending $45.34 of the $50 that we had budgeted for it. For our son, we ended up spending $49.73, and we budgeted $45 for him. We did have to get pull-ups for him last minute, and so that is included in this expense. For gas, I didn't have anything on here because we did not have to fill up our gas tank until we went on vacation, and our gas on vacation was covered. So we didn't have to pay for any gas for the month of October. And then now we have $1.80 of fuel saver in our Hy-Vee fuel saver. So whenever I do need to get gas again, we will be pretty low on what we have to spend on gas for the month of November. For fun, we budgeted $20 and we spent $20.19. For pets, we budgeted $60. So the problem here was that I budgeted assuming that we had Menards rebates to use, but unfortunately we didn't have any. And that is like a rarity that we don't have any Menards rebates. So we had to go, my husband just went to like a Pet Supplies Plus store that was just like right up the road. And thankfully he did like their sign-on like first time purchasing, like the first time that you purchase from there, you get a discount code. And so we had to spend $83.87 to get some dog food for her. For our subscriptions, we spent $73.15 of the $85 that we had budgeted. We will go up to $85. I just cut a bunch of stuff out and then I was trying to figure out what to put back in. So I believe we'll sign up for a couple other things, but we'll just kind of see how much those things are. For my husband's gas station runs, we budgeted $80 and he spent $92.96. This is, he goes to the gas station for lunches or anything like that when he's working on the road. And then for his lunches, we budgeted $120 for him and he spent $135.74. For our eating out category, I always blow this and I know that I'm like going to blow it. So I try to make it less so that like I don't blow it as much, but I always blow this. So we budgeted $100 for eating out and we ended up spending $209.71. In our unexpected category, we had $50 set aside there, but we didn't end up spending anything. Really, I just kind of used this intermixed with the miscellaneous spending because we had the $150 unexpected or like a miscellaneous appraisal fee that we had, but I just put everything under miscellaneous spending. For miscellaneous spending, we had budgeted $150. And this one we really went crazy on. We spent $698.51. So really what happened here is that we had the $150 appraisal fee, like I've mentioned, and then my husband and I went to a mall that is like about an hour away from us. And I told my husband, I was like, you need to spend some money on yourself and you need to like get some clothes, whatever. He got some, I think he got shoes, clothes, a couple shirts, a sweatshirt or like a jacket. And then, yeah, I think that's it. And then we got some shoes for my son and whatnot. But so we did some shopping at the mall for my son and my husband, and it was very needed because my husband barely ever spends like personal spending money on himself. So he spends a lot of his money on food, but he doesn't spend money on like clothes or anything like that. So I was like, nope, you need to spend some money and we can just figure it out, like where the money is going to come from, whether we pull from savings or whatever we decide to do. So that is where that went. Skipping ahead to vacation here, we spent $2,354.47 on vacation. For tires, we spent $1,578.86. We did not put anything into savings, like at least in this category, I should say. I'll figure out how much we saved, but just know that whatever was left over went to our savings. We did the $5,000 investment that we are doing every single month until we have all of that money invested. For my student loans, we had budgeted to put $3,000 towards them. We only ended up putting $2,000, I shouldn't say only, we put towards it $2,584.93. It's kind of like odd numbered with like some cents on the end of it because I paid off the 6.6% interest loan. So that loan, when I originally took it out, it was a $20,500 loan. I've obviously paid towards it. And then when I started this journey, I think it was at like 16,000 back in January or something, maybe 16,000 back in January. So we are completely done with the 6.6% interest loan. And now I'm working on a 6% interest loan that only has like $2,500 left on it. So I'm very excited to have that gone because that was my highest interest loan that I have between my student loans and my car. So that one is completely paid off. And then I started working on the 6% one. I was perfectly okay with not putting the extra $400 towards the student loans, considering the fact that my husband was able to get some clothes and some stuff for him so that he could kind of, I don't know, do some personal shopping on himself because he never does it, like I mentioned. $2,500 towards the student loans is perfectly good with me. I'm very happy with that, and it still helps me to reach my goal by June of having my student loans paid off. I do still have $30,000 left on my student loans. The reason why I'm able to pay them off by June is I've got some money coming up in December for my child care credit that I get through my insurance, and then I also have some savings that we're going to be using. I'm going to get some money for Christmas from my parents, and then we will use everything that we can to put towards the student loans. So that is how we will be able to get rid of it by June. In total for October, our budgeted amount that we were set to spend was $18,549.20. This included the vacation, the tires, and the $5,000 that we were investing. We actually ended up spending $18,068.41. So even though we were over in quite a bit of categories, we were still under on the actual overall amount. And that is the goal. Like, that's my ultimate goal that I always try to hit, is to make sure that I am not over on the like budgeted overall spending. And I'm okay with kind of going over or under in all of the categories around there. So that is why I don't really freak out when we are over in a certain category. I freak out if I am over on like my monthly spending. So that just kind of helps me to have an ease of mind when I am overspending in certain categories, that I'm at least doing okay for the entire month. One thing I do want to mention is that I had set in our expected income that we were going to sell some stuff, and I'm gonna be 100% honest, we didn't sell anything. I don't know why, we just didn't get motivated to sell some stuff. So I only had $200 for us to sell stuff, but we just didn't get around to doing it. So we will definitely be selling stuff in the upcoming months. I don't want to say like when it's going to happen, because I was very sure that we were going to sell stuff in October and we just didn't do it. So I hopefully will sell stuff in maybe November, December, but it might get pushed into the new year, considering just depending on how busy we are with holidays and all of that. So that is where we're at so far, and everything that we spent, saved, and invested in October. Really quickly, I did the math for savings, and for our savings, we had budgeted to save $400, and it looks like I have $482 left over. So that is perfect to do $400 for savings and $82 for a rollover in our checking account for the next month here. So everything is going along smoothly. I'm hoping for a really good holiday season here with our budget and everything. Thank you so much for watching. I really look forward to talking to you guys in the comments. So leave a comment below, ask me questions or anything like that. Mention something about the video here. I just love talking to you guys and responding. And I will see you guys in my next video.